everyone, welcome to the Instructive Academy. So in the last video we had seen about the periods of the modern periodic table, and we had even seen the properties of the periods as we go left to right or right to left from the period. So today in this video we are going to study about groups and their properties. There are 18 vertical columns in the periodic table and those are known as the groups. So the group numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 till 18, they signify the number of valence electrons in the element. For example, group 1 elements, for example sodium, which has the electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 1 with the atomic number 11, has 1 valence electrons. And group 2 elements with the atomic number 12, we have magnesium with the electronic configuration 282. It has 2 valence electrons and so on. Now, the elements in each group are classified in some types. So, coming to the first group, group 1, they are mainly the alkali metals. For example, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. This comes under the alkali group metals in group 1. Now second is group 2, which has alkaline earth metals. For example, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Now we have group 3 to 12. These are known as the transition elements. These elements are mainly heavy metals. For example, we have nickel, cobalt, iron, copper, zinc, manganese, titanium, etc. We also have something called as inert transition elements, which also comes under group 3 to 12, and this has lanthanides and actinides series, which come under period 6 and period 7 respectively. Now coming to group 13 to 16, we have post-transition elements. For example, aluminium, germanium, thallium, lead, bismuth, etc. Now we come to group 17. Group 17 are halogens. These are non-metallic in nature and these consist of fluorine, chlorine, iodine, bromine and astatine. The last group, group 18, consists of noble or inert gases. These are inert, unreactive and has stable electronic configuration. For example, we have helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, etc. Before moving to the next, I would also like to add something to the transition elements in terms of their position. So transition element lies between strongly electropositive metals on the left and least electropositive metals on the right, and they have similar properties. Now we are going to study about the property trends of the elements moving down a subgroup. The first property is the valence electrons of the elements. They remain the same. For example, if we take group 1, which has lithium, sodium and potassium in it, as we see the electronic configuration, we see that it's for lithium it's 2, 1. For sodium it's 2, 8, 1. For potassium it's 2, 8, 8, 1. We see that the valence electrons, that is the electrons in the last shell, they remain the same, that is 1, 1, 1. The second property is about the chemical properties. The chemical properties, when you go down a subgroup, it remains similar because mainly it depends upon the outer electronic configuration. Now coming to the third property, which is the metallic character. metallic character, as we go down a subgroup, it increases. Metallic character, or the electropositive character, you can say, it increases as we go down a subgroup. The next one is number of electron shells. As I told you, it increases by 1. As I told you that if you see lithium, sodium, potassium, we can see that the electron shells gets increased by 1. Now we are going to see an interesting difference between the alkali metals in group 1 and the halogens of group 17. So in group 1 we have elements such as lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. And in group 17 we have fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetine. The valency of group 1 elements is 1. That means it's univalent, which means that it has one valence electron in the outermost orbit. And in group 17, the valency is again univalent, but here they have 7 valence electrons. But why is it called a univalent? It's because it can gain one electron to get the stable state electronic configuration. So coming to nature, the nature of group 1 elements is highly reactive, highly electropositive, light and soft metals. Whereas in group 17 we have highly reactive, highly electronegative and they are non-metals. For example, here we have fluorine and chlorine, they are in gaseous state. Bromine is liquid, whereas iodine is solid at room temperature. Coming to conductivity. So group 1 elements are good conductors of heat and electricity both, while group 17 elements are bad or non-conductors of heat and electricity. The reducing and oxidizing nature, what about that? So group 1 elements are strong reducing agents. Why? Because the alkali metals, they are electron donors. They have one valence electron which is easily removed from the outer shell. And here in group 17, they are strong oxidizing agents because they are halogens and they are electron acceptors. Coming to what can these elements get reacted with? So the group 1 elements can get reacted with non-metals and can form electrovalent compounds. So now what is an electrovalent bond? Let's see that. An electrovalent bond or an ionic bond is a type of a chemical bond formed by the transfer of one or more electrons from one atom so that oppositely charged ions are produced. So now, for example, the group 1 elements can form electrovalent compounds like sodium chloride and potassium bromide, whereas group 17 elements can form covalent bond, and they can form a covalent compound such as HCl and potassium trichloride. Now what is a covalent bond? A covalent bond is a chemical bond that involves the sharing of electron pairs between the atom. Group 1 and group 17 have their reactions with hydrogen as well. For group 1, they form an ionic hydride such as lithium hydride and sodium hydride. Whereas in group 17, covalent hydrides are formed such as hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen bromide, etc. So here was everything about the groups of the periodic table that you need to know, and along with its property. So if you like the video, do turn the black thumb blue and go subscribe to it. Thank you.